follows, guys. All right, we got a race from both players. Let's get started. Take two. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well, yeah, well, that's also part of the point, right, Zenpro? I called the redo from the very beginning. Imagine if one of the players read that and just decided to kind of just play just for the warm-up. It put them off balance. It's not fair for them either. That's why I did the call from the very beginning, to do the redo. Anyway, 72,000 points for Scuti, 79,000 for DanV. Let me see the chat again. Sorry if I missed anything on YouTube chat. I have to reapply. Okay, let's see what I missed. Yes, we can hear you on YouTube. K-Poop saying the stream is good now. You're watching my stream. Scuti hold world record for 29th start. Yes, he holds a score world record. They're asking what happened. I got a forced restart for some reason, which is weird because I never got a warning that my computer needed a restart. So that was bizarre. But should be fine now. Should not have any more issues with that. Jason0441 with the $50 contribution for our Division 1 players. Thank you so much. That greatly appreciated. As I mentioned, all of this is going to go toward our top 4 players in Division 1 for this season, and it's very needed because we're nearing the CTWC days, and we would like to help out our players as much as possible, because everything, all the paid expenses, for the most part, you know, some people may have sponsors, but, you know, here in the Tetris community, we're not really big enough that we have a lot of players that are sponsored by a brand or anything, so a lot of the travel expenses would come straight out of pocket. So thank you guys so much for the contributions. 381 right now for Scuti, 362 for DanV. And Dan, a little bit of trouble right now. Okay, here's the deal, right? I already mentioned this. It's a pay. There's like money on the line here, right? There's like money. This is an event. People are here to watch these two players. They're here to support our players. This is an event, so of course we're gonna have to, you know, for the sake of showmanship, just for the sake of entertainment, we gotta have to make sure that this stuff is shown. And like, you know, as I mentioned, I would have counted it if this happened like during transition, because like, you know, at that point it's not it makes a lot more sense in my opinion. Like if it happened in transition. But unfortunately, level 18 takes up about like what 60-70% of the actual game itself. So no, discussions are fine, completely fine. But anyway, both players have transitioned. 585 for DanV, 559 for Scuti. Booscoop saying, or Booscop saying, good luck, have fun to all participant commentators, viewers, subs, mods, followers, chatters, lurkers, and those who don't want to conform to any of the above mentioned. Welcome on in, first time chatter. Right now, Scuti, a bit of trouble, but is looking to get clean as soon as possible. And DanV has just been going ham on the efficiency lately. He was getting slightly behind, and is also very much ahead in lines, but now at 792, 185, but Scuti is at 727, level 22. For the most part, I guess. I don't really know what happened with Dan. I did see that he was digging on 18, pretty high on the board, but I don't know. It's kind of weird to see somebody this far ahead in lines. Scuti at 790, level 24, 920 for Dan. Right now, one more Tetris for Dan should give him the max out, as Scuti in a bit of a situation here. Not really deadly by any means, but it is going to cost efficiency. 920 now for Scuti. Looks like we are pretty neck and neck in terms of efficiency. Keep in mind, even though Dan is 100,000 points ahead, he's also 2 levels ahead in the line count. So very much going to play in a factor. We'll see how Scuti handles his lines advantage. .14 for Dan at level 30 is gonna be looking to get Tetris ready here, and he will get Tetris ready into the Lombar. Oh, it's not getting a Lombar time, but finally gets the Lombar for Tetris. 1.19, but can he do anything? He's surviving this. Gets a Lombar to the right side as Scuti transition with 1.13. Gets a Lombar for Tetris, and Dan gets a flat L and a Lombar all the way to the left side. What were those 5 taps from Dan? And he is still in it. Nice T-spin there from Scuti. Still remains Tetris ready. Got to the long for Tetris. Takes back the lead after that incredible survival from Dan. And Scuti once again with a Tetris with a 1.26. Dan still alive. The fact that he's even alive to begin with is incredible. And he's still in the game. Scuti takes a safety triple. Is Tetris ready. Needs something to the left side. Hangs the J-piece. He's 40,000 points ahead. But this is not insurmountable by any means. Scuti in a lot of trouble. Needs to survive this as quickly as possible. He's still alive. Can we see a dig from Scuti as well? And Dan's going to top out with a 1.3. So Scuti with a 1.308 will take the game by 5,000 points. How did that happen? DanV almost making the comeback of the century with that dig. And Scuti did an incredible dig of his own, surviving just long enough to take the game by 5,000 points. Let's get started with game number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Probably an alt, like we gotta. Does anybody actually know whose alt that is? My money's on. There's no way it's just a kid. There's no way. Ain't no way, brother. Nah. Nah. There's just actually no way. Nah, you don't know that. It could just be AI. AI generated a kid in the streams. Anyway, 72,000 points for Scuti, 73,000 for Dan. Have you heard about that AI-generated Greek hotel that a lot of people want to go to? Well, I'm setting up the joke for Lucas. No, I did not. What about it? Oh. Well, that wasn't a really funny joke, was it? Lucas, it's fine. You can just admit that it wasn't a funny joke. I make a lot of those. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, but I'm not surprised, honestly, that that's an actual thing. But anyway, 238 for Scuti, 240 for Dan. I look extra cute today. I don't even have a... You know... Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Dark One on YouTube saying, "Let's go, Scuti!" Then we sets the Lombard dependency in the center. And Scuti sets the Lombard dependency in return. So there you go. Nice set of burns here from Dan. Had a bit of a staircase going on, but got the right set of pieces to even out his stack. Nice Vits as well. Tuki. Also, Peek, what you said about Aston Villa. I know. It's the biggest pile of BS I've ever heard. You do realize Aston Villa is an English team with English pronunciation, right? What do you know about English pronunciation, you stupid Austrian? $5.22 for DanV, $4.98 for Scuti. You doing a bit of frames on NTC? I'm not doing anything. Listen, everything that's happening on NTC is NTC. Also, you guys aren't aware of this, but I have no way. I can't mute my computer because I want to always check to make sure my audio levels are fine. That being said, I have no way of disabling the stupid Tetris sound effects that NTC has. So every time they get a Tetris, all I hear is and it's bursting my eardrums, and I'm going crazy. And DanV is transitioned at 598. And Scuti has transitioned at 618. Like the stupid sound effect that every Tetris gets on NTC or like in any regular game. No, I know you guys can't hear it, but I can because for some reason it's only on my end and I can't disable it no matter how much I try, and it's hurting my ears. 697 for Scuti, 677 for DanV. Yes, for those of you not aware, we do have a level 39 line cap. Why did Tuki get banned? I mean, I agree, but why did he get banned? I didn't even know you could ban mods. Andrew with the 100 bits saying, I love Brits. This stream is in shambles. $8.44 right now for DanV, $8.37 for Scuti. It's the British Snorlax saying, love you too, Andrew. You should have donated 100 bits with that reply as well, just saying. No, but 937 for DanV, 869 for Scuti. Yes, that is right. We do level 39 line cap will be a super kill screen. DanV sets up a Vits and gets the Vits. Will be Tetris ready, gets a Tetris. Now almost with the max out at level 25, but gonna be 60 points away from the max out. Transitions with a Tetris, not Tetris, a triple into the max out 1.04. DanV solves the Lombard dependency now, but Scuti's still with the lead now with a 1.06. By the way, there hasn't been any music this whole time. Why has nobody told me that there hasn't been any music in the stream? I will ban every single one of you for what you've done to me. 1.15 for Dan, 1.16. You told me I didn't pay attention to that. I'm sorry. DanV transitions with a 1.16. Scuti will transition momentarily. Looks like he will transition with that burn with a 1.2. And we are off and running on the 29 speeds. Can DanV tie up the set, or will Scuti take a 2-0 lead and potentially set up a sweep? Dan takes the lead now. It's going to be with a 1.27. Scuti set up for a Tetris, but waiting for the Lombard, getting a bit dry, but gets a Lombard for a Tetris now with a 1.3 and level 31. As Dan with a 1.28 is looking to get Tetris ready here. Keep in mind, we have a level 39 line cap where after level 39, we'll be into the super kill screen, which is where speeds go 2 times as fast as in 29 speeds. DanV scores a Tetris with a 1.35, but Scuti's still with a lead, and it's also behind the line counter, but hangs that T-piece on the left side, zips the Lombard to the left with a 5-tap. It's a very close game, as these two are not letting go of the gas pedal. Scuti trying to set up a column 4, but not getting the right pieces for it. Set up a Lombard dependency, now with a flat burn. Needs to survive this as quickly as possible, because he is losing the lead. Stan in a bit of... Scuti a bit of trouble. Needs up to the left side, but it's going to top out with 1.42. So Dan, 1.427 is the score to beat. Doesn't get the Tetris. Dan, you do not need the Tetris, but does get the Tetris regardless. And will take the game and tie up the set. Oh my god. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So, nice opener. Oh, wow. Lovely J-spin from J-Tuck. J-spin tuck. Why was I having a lot of trouble saying that? From Dan. I don't know what he's setting up now with that T-piece, but he set up for it. Got a T-tuck. Blue Scuti's grandpa with the emotes. The Scuti grandpa's W grandpa, actually. That is very true. You rock the fun. Chaotic Hazel saying, "Let's go, Scuti! Revenge for Paris!" Bro. Imagine being able to go to Paris. $92,000 points for Scuti, 114 for Dan. If you're supporting both grandpas and moms this stream, yeah. I mean, why not? Guys, if you like grandpas and moms, leave a like. Please donate if you love parental figures. Yes. Scuti setting up a triple. Oh, Sempro with the 1,111 bits saying, "I love grandpas and moms and Vits." Yep. Thank you so much, Sempro, for the generosity. And considering you're also a super streamer now, right? You're also going to get a cut of your own money. So congrats to that. Nice dirty Tetris from Dan. Paris City of Love, says Zaida. And Justin saying, "I'm going to France in August. Not sure if I will go to Paris, though." I love parents, but I don't like them, says Zaida. Same, I guess. K9 with the 1,111 bits saying, "I love big Vits." The connotations of what you're saying seem a little questionable to me, but I will not comment further on it, and just take your word for it that you are only speaking of nothing but Vits. 402 for Scuti, 345 for Dan. Oh, Dan with a misdrop there with a T-piece. Might have set up a flat fit. He set up a fit. It was just a bit. False alarm, everybody. It was all according to plan, I guess. And he set up for a dirty Tetris. And gets a dirty settable Tetris, 376. Anyway, I was trying to respond to Wallband saying, CTWC is only 2 weeks away. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I'm not going, but it's crazy. Probably not going to watch either, but it's crazy. 497 for Scuti, 402 for Dan. Now another Tetris for Scuti, looking for a potential 650 with near perfect play. Actually, perfect play if he wants a 650. I finally get to go to my first in-person event. I'll be the bald guy yelling Scuti. We're gonna do it in the Buko tone. That'd be pretty baller. Wait, Dan is gonna be waiting for the Lombard. It's not showing up. Looks like both players experiencing the same drought here, and they're both gonna utilize their Lombards for a Tetris. Andrew Meep with 100 bits saying, I have leftover bits, LMAO. Well, thank you, Andrew, for that. And both players have transitioned. Scuti at 664. And Dan with a bit of a jagged board, but still Tetris ready. Gets a Lombard for a Tetris now. 596 is looking to build up his board a little bit here. It's going to be Tetris ready now with a very dependent stack. Goes for the hole in row 1. And 744 right now for Scuti, 770, and we're just off and running, getting deeper and deeper into 19 speeds. At this level that these two players are in, 19 speeds are basically 18 speeds, but with a little bit more oomph to them. This is like a walk in the park. The only reason why they top out at 19 is because they played way too aggressive, like to the point where they're stacking up one row from topping out. Santee Superfan 1826, thank you for the follow. 859 simul Tetris there, or as a lot of competitors would say, simul Tetris for both players. DanV with a double flip there with the T piece. Needs something to the left side. Needs a J piece or a Lombard. Hits the 5-tap for the J piece, but in a lot of trouble here is Dan. Still survivable, but needs the right set of pieces for it. Opens up his right wall, but needs a Lombard. Needs a Lombard now. And killing it right now with the 5 frames per second. And gets along for a Tetris. Great survival from Dan. Now at 815, 816, but Scuti has taken an 168,000 point lead. I feel like I'm dying. DanV with another Tetris, but has a hole in his stack, so we'll have to... It's going to set up row 2. Or row 3, actually. 887 now with a max out on Scuti's side. It's Lombard dependent in the center. Column 4 gets the Lombard dependency solved. Do you think Jonas's fangirls were called Nubbins Baddies? That's a band right here from Jay Wong. Let me just set that up. I'm just kidding. 929 for Dan, 1.06 for Scuti. So Scuti looking for potential 1.2, and Tamit T, thank you for the follow. Dan will transition with the 977. Scuti transitions soon with a either 1.1. No, it's gonna be a 1.17 by the looks of it. Yeah, with that burn, is gonna be in a bit of trouble though. As Scuti needs the right set of pieces, gets a Lombard solid defense. Needs another Lombard though. Nice double there with the S. And some flat burns right now with a T piece. It's gonna be clean. Gets a double and a Tetris for Scuti. What survival there? Oh, but as soon as I say that, hangs a bunch of pieces, but so does Dan. We'll see who survives their dig first. DanV already doing a lot of work here. Scuti with a drought, but doesn't really need the Lombard right now. Flat double there with the L piece. But hangs that square, and this could be curtains for Scuti. Topping out at 1.24, so Dan, 1.24 is the score to beat. Can we see a chase down at the level of what we saw with Gerald against Sinnev? He has plenty of room to work with. Is set up for a Tetris. Gets a safety triple. Sets up once again and hangs a Lombard! Gets a Lombard for a Tetris though. So still in it, but with a very messy stack. Gets a Lombard for a double. And hangs an L piece. Could this be it for Dan? Or can he clutch it up? Like what we saw in game 1. Gets a Lombard all the way to the left side after that double with the square. Needs 2 Tetrises and a half to take this game. This is still mathematically possible. This is not over by any means. He can still chase this down. He needs him to the left side. Gets a Lombard to the left. Has 16 lines to go before the transition at level 39. Good lord, Dan. Could you fix your capture after this? 1.16. 1.24 is the score to beat. Needs to set up now. He is now or never, but he isn't getting the right pieces for it. Gets a triple. And that might just do it for Dan. It's not going to happen. And Scuti will survive game 3 and be in the lead. And Kingsman gifting a 1-month tier 1 sub to I divide by 0. GG's. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Hey, can y'all be a bit quicker? It's past midnight in the UK. Are you actually serious right now? It's 7 a.m. for me. Homie, you're acting like I have any control. If I could, I'd use a remote control for Scuti to find his club quicker. But I do not, so I cannot. Vit's hype! Both are experiencing the same drought right now. Scuti with a triple, keep things safe. Justin Cobble saying, DanV looks like he could be a movie character. Well, there you go. Katsukune saying, yeah, aren't you supposed to be an omnipotent being able to control time? Yeah, I'm actually not even a person. I'm the layout. Like, I'm CTL. I'm CTL itself. Whenever I stop streaming, like I just go into a coma. 278 for Dan, 226 for Scuti. Just powers down until the next stream, yeah. Dan at 350. Now 373, 306 for Scuti. Just woke up and now having exercise while watching Tetris. Oh my god. I should do that now, nowadays, whenever I do commentary. Like, imagine me commentating level 29 while running a treadmill. DanV going a solid 60 frames per minute, says Katsukune. Yeah, welcome on in, Hunter. Hope you're doing well tonight. Or this morning. And a Vits for DanV! K&I watching Tetris with the 100 bits. Show me your Vits. You absolute degenerate. No, but thank you. Jay Wong saying, guys, did you know I like Vits? Oh my god. Well, you've been seeing a lot. We've been seeing a lot of Vits today. Like 50 at least. Definitely hyperbolic, but... Hope you're doing well, Peek, says Chen. I am doing so great. I'm falling asleep as we speak. No, I'm just kidding. I was at the beginning of the stream, but I'm feeling a lot more awake now. DanV sets up a Lombard dependency into the transition at 614. He needs to survive this and potentially force Decider if he wants to take the set. E-Rock the Fun saying that last game was crazy, not gonna lie. Yeah, that was really crazy. So was game 1. Art Vandalay Tetris. Think of the follow. And Dan is 100,000 points ahead, but he's also ahead in the line count. Katsukune saying, Scuti has a look of evil. He's here to win. Oh, DanV with some very, very clutch tuck setups, very high on the board. That requires a lot of mechanical precision to maneuver properly. That was absolutely the sweatiest thing I've ever said in a commentary. 718 for Scuti, 817 for Dan. I am indeed streaming on YouTube as well. DanV with some very uncomfortable pieces. Set up a Lombard dependency because he did see the Lombard was coming with the next piece. So yeah, just like that, Scuti has brought this deficit down by about a Tetris and change. Keep in mind, he's still behind in the line count. 884 for Scuti, 915 for Dan. Yes, that is completely right. Whoops. The switches between the Tetris rate to the drought counter switch when the drought counters gets over 13 lines. 13 pieces. DanV with a dirty level Tetris into the max out. Very nicely done from Dan as we are nearing the 29 speeds. And Scuti can set up 2 more Tetrises before level 29. DanV transitions with a 1.09. Needs to survive this. Needs to win this game if he wants to force the decider. However, Scuti needs to win this because he's already lost a match this season. Cannot really afford to lose more games. It's at 29 points right now in the season. And Dan's capture's freezing because of his computer, which is fine. You can still see it. 1.12 for Dan, 1.15 for Scuti. For those unaware, a win of a set can give you at the very least 5 points, and at most 7 if you sweep your opponent. DanV in a lot of trouble. It's gonna hang that longboard. It's gonna do it. So Scuti has taken game number 4. GG's. Let's end the predictions. Choose outcome. Scuti. The prediction. Let's give Scuti his last heart and put him in the winner scene. I'm pretty sure... Oh, and I was about to say, I'm pretty sure everybody who I put on the left has won, but Gerald was on the right. GG's. Regardless, DanV, because of that win, that game win, he went up to 35 points. I think, like, at that point, there's literally no way he's not going to make it to the playoffs. Players will be attending CTWC, and the travel costs are not cheap. So, definitely love to help out our players as much as possible. Oh shit, I forgot to add ads in between matches. I need to start remembering to do that. Crikey! Yes. $281 for Gerald, $205 for Sidnev. Yeah. I'm sure you guys are like really like distraught and heartbroken that you guys are not forced to watch ads. Also, Nightbot, can you chill out with the dumb moderation that never works? Sorry, Andrew. It's just Nightbot being stupid. Gerald at 398, sorry, 320 for Sidnev. That's a pretty good game, but Gerald definitely with the advantage so far with 3.5 Tetrises in the lead. Oh man, these S's and Z's. Sinev in a lot of trouble right now. Gets a lot more to the right side. Would love an L piece or a Lombard. Goes with a flat burn. Zips the L all the way to the left. Nice 5 taps there from Sinev. Clutch up the 5 tap and misses the tuck, but does it open up her well. Needs a Lombard. Gets a Lombard for her Tetris. So she's going to be okay, but it is going to cost some more burns. Gets another Tetris now. 385 for Sinev. Gerald with some clean plays so far. Still set up for a potential 600k transition. Oh my god. Sinev sets up a T-tuck, and she will get the T in type. Sorry, I have something stuck in my nose. Can't get it out. And Sinev will transition at 412. 7.5 Tetris is behind. Gerald still at the 18 speeds. 632 for Gerald. Transitions at 656. And Sinev is going aggressive, but she's not getting Lombard in time. Just joined. Is that a bread pillow? Amazing. Yeah, I know, right? I really want that baguette pillow. Looks like a body pillow, actually. Gerald's still maintaining this very hefty lead so far. And Sinev forced to close down her well, but she opens it right back up. Double flips that S piece, gets a nice square. Very timely there. Gets along for a Tetris. She survives for now. However, Gerald has now taken a 9.5 Tetris lead. 252 for Gerald. Or sorry, 827 for Gerald. 575 for Sinev. Gerald, kind of a misdrop there with the Z piece. From the looks of it. This could give Sinev the opportunity to chip away at the lead. However, she's forced into a Lombard dependency on the left side. Closes down a bunch of wells, which creates a bunch of holes in her stack. So just like that, Gerald about to be clean. Sinev with a triple at 712. Gonna need to do a lot of kill screen play at this point. But it's not insurmountable yet. Man, that Lombard just did not want to show up in time. It's a dirty center wall Tetris, but she has 5 lines to go before the 29 speeds. Needs to clean this out as quickly as possible. Gerald already the max out. Level 27. And Sinev will transition with a 774. See what she can do here. Gets a Lombard on column 2. Just not getting the right pieces, and that's just going to do it for Sinev. Gerald will take game number 1. We have it ready from both players, so let's get started with game number 2. And 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, thanks. I just got a text from Pizza Hut. Have you heard? Our new cheeseburger melts are here for just $6.99. Limited time prices and party vary. Thank you, Pizza Hut, for that. I've not eaten Pizza Hut in like 4 years. So I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, I reported the set wrong. Sorry about that. Hold on. Let me redo it. Thanks for letting me know, Tugi. There you go, it's fixed. Oh my god, Sidnev in a lot of trouble. Is very high up on the board. Does get the lawnmower attempt, so she's got. Oh, missed drop set. That's peace. Into something to the right side. Nice L piece to the right. Pizza Hut sponsor win. Yeah, wouldn't that be great?